So the topic for today is the subjects of international law. In international law, this question plays a very crucial role because whenever there is a discussion about the subjects of international law, we have to go through the old definition as well as the newer definition also. So when we talk about the older definition or the traditional definition of international law, we come to know that at that time only the states were considered the subject of international law. The main reason why the states were considered the subject of international law were that only states were considered to be capable of possessing the rights and duties, and no other entity except the state was considered as a body, or you can say an entity that can have rights and duties. But when we talk about the modern definition, you will see that the modern definitions not only the states but the individuals as well as the MNCs as well as the other organizations, international organizations, they all are considered as the subject of international law. So coming to the first slide, that who can be a subject of international law. So when we talk about a subject of international law, you will see that in the modern definition, a subject of international law is an individual, a body or an entity which is recognized or accepted as being capable of possessing and exercising the rights and duties under international law. So the most important component is the rights and duties. So all these individuals, whether bodies or entities, if they are being recognized and accepted under international law as the bodies or entities which are capable of possessing rights and possessing and exercising rights and duties, then only they can be considered as a subject of international law under the modern definition. So in the today's scenario, only the modern definition is having the relevance, and in the next slide we will discuss, I will show you a chart which will clearly demonstrate that how the subjects of international law has been divided. So when we talk about the subjects can be states as well as the non-state actors. Coming on to the states, simply means India can be a subject matter of international law. UK, US, China, Australia, any state in the world can be a subject matter of international law, provided that state is a recognized state as well as that state is capable of possessing and exercising the rights and duties. So all these states can be a subject matter of international law. When we come to know about the non-state actors, individuals like you, me, any other person, that person can be a subject matter of international law. International organizations like the United Nations, the International Court of Justice, the International Criminal Courts, all these can be the subject matter of international law. Now coming on to the multinational companies, what is the exact scenario of the multinational companies? Multinational companies, for example the Shell, the British Petroleum, if they are capable of possessing and exercising the rights and duties under the international law, obviously they will be the subject matter of international law. The last slide specifies this thing, that all these entities, if they are capable of possessing international rights and duties, then only they can be the subject matter of international law. Otherwise, if these entities or bodies are not capable of possessing international rights and duties, then they cannot be considered as a subject of international law. Thank you.